The next thing we'll do with this document is look at rulers and how those can affect our layout. Now you see here on the top and left side we have our rulers. Now if you're not seeing rulers, that's okay. Just go to the View menu. Almost here at the bottom, make sure you choose the Show Rulers command. That will just toggle so we can turn rulers off. Go back to the View menu and choose Show Rulers. Notice that the keyboard shortcut for that is Control-R or Command-R on the Macintosh. Make sure we're viewing our rulers, and then there are several ways that we can customize these rulers. You can see here that the unit of measurement for these rulers is inches because the document is 8.5 inches wide by 11 inches tall, which is exactly how we set up this document. Now remember, those units of measurement are determined by the application preferences. To see those, press Control-K on Windows or Command-K on the Mac. And under Units and Increments here on the left-hand side, just remember that we can change the horizontal and vertical units of measurements. Lots of options here. But instead of going to the application preferences, what if we want to change one of those values just on the fly? Go ahead and click Cancel. And up here, actually in the ruler, hover your cursor over the ruler, vertical or horizontal, and right-click or control-click on a single-button Macintosh mouse. And you can actually see that you can change the unit of measurements on the fly right here inside the document window. And again, these values can be independent. So right now, my horizontal ruler is picas, my vertical ruler is inches, and I can really customize this however I want. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that back to inches. And now we're going to look at moving the 0 point. Notice right now that the 0 point is right up here in the top left corner of the page. That's the default. But what happens if I want to measure something from the top right-hand corner of the page? Do I really want to subtract everything out of 8.5 inches? That's some goofy math. So instead, I'll just click in the top left corner here, this little ruler's crosshair, and drag up to the top right corner. And now you see that my 0 point has been reset. Instead of top left, it's top right. And you can position that 0 point anywhere you want. If you want it here in the middle of the page, you can do that as well. You can position that anywhere you'd like. Now after you've experimented with moving the 0 point, you might want to set it back to its original location. Instead of dialing this in and worrying about getting it just right, you can always just double click in the top left corner and that will reset the 0 point. Now the other thing that you might want to do is lock the 0 point. There's nothing worse than zooming in with a zoom tool, working on a very detailed part of your layout, trying to line things up just perfectly to your rulers, and then when you press Control-0 or Command-0 on the Mac to zoom back out again, you actually see that your ruler is not set at the 0 point that you'd expect. So reset the 0 point, and if you want to lock that ruler, just go ahead and right-click or control-click with a single-button Macintosh mouse, and you can lock the 0 point. Now you notice that at the intersection of these two rulers, there is no crosshair. So no matter how many times I click, I cannot reset that location. If I want to unlock those rulers, just do the same thing again. Right-click or control-click on a single-button Mac mouse, and unlock the 0 point.